Okay folks, this will be a challenging one. I don't know how it's going to look. We'll soon find out. I'm going to leave it on that. I don't know how it's going to look, folks. Going to leave it on that. This will be a real funny one to work with. I don't know how it's going to look. Okay, let's see what we got. We got it almost as new. It was all rolled up. Got it from an op shop. It looks like some self-adhesive book covering material, and it's got this lovely holographic effect on it. So we're going to use a section out of that. I don't know how it's going to look. It's going to be a challenging one. I'm just going to hang it over the edge like so. I'm just going to line it up here, try and keep it unrolled. And we're going to need both hands to work with it. So I'm just holding it there with my camera hand, and we're just going to lie it down. I've got it hanging off the front here. A little bit tricky, but we've got it. Now it's time. So it's just hanging off the front of the photocopier. It looks a bit messy, but let's see how this goes. Hopefully the fact that it's all crinkled is going to give it some reflectiveness. Yeah, it looks interesting, but it looks crap. There's just none of that holographic detail that I was looking for. I might have to hold it manually. I don't know. This looks like it's going to be a fail. Looks like it's going to be a fucking fail, folks. So I'm just going to maybe get that area there to hang over. So I'm just using this. I don't know how it's going to look, folks. Yeah, that looks shit house, folks. Although I do like those little bits that I see there, but I don't see much of the holographic effect from it. It just looks like it's going to be a piece of shit. I might try and rumple it, even though it's going to ruin. Just going to rumple it, give it a crumple effect to make it look more interesting. We're going to get creative here, folks. So we're just going to get creative. And let's see how that looks. That's what we do when we get to a situation where something isn't going to work in the normal sense. We think outside the box, and we've got an interesting rumpled effect. So we're just going to put this aside, and I think this might be the center of the job of our rumpled piece of book covering material. So we just got a little bit on the creative with it, and looks like we've made something really nice. Sometimes we have to do this in life, folks, that when we get thrown a curveball, we throw back a curveball in response, as in a creative response. Like, one of the curveballs in life is how to deal with the mounting amount of garbage that we have in our landfill, including e-waste, which is an extremely toxic form of waste. So we have to think of a way of using trash, and instead of using virgin materials, we're going to recycle. We're going to try and use more recycling in future designs, like a copier system. So we're going to use a lot of recycled materials, and one of the creative things to come out of this is we will use less mined materials, and we'll also clean up the environment by taking the e-waste dumps of places like China and India and making them into clean, green pastures and waterways once this recycling really ramps up. And we've got to fucking do that. We've got to think creatively. We've got to think for the future. We can't just keep thinking of the same old ways that we have all the years to pollute the planet, to make everything a linear economy instead of a circular economy, which is the recycling. Circular economy is the recycling and reuse and all that, and the linear economy is the polluting economy, where everything gets made and then ends up in the tip. Useless pieces of shit, like this photocopier will be in less than 2 years' time. So we have to fucking think outside the box. We've got to think outside the old way of doing things, and we've got to try and use, so people mess up the environment. Companies like this one, Konica Minolta, with the man behind it whose name is Shai Yamana, he mucks up the planet. I fucking clean it up. I clean up after him and his shit. So you got to fucking try to be the good person, because good rules over evil, folks. Even though it looks like evil is the only way to go, we got to be good guys and good girls and make a difference to our world for the better, not the worse. But that looks really quite nice. I do like that emerald green. I'll redonate this. It'll still be usable, I'm pretty sure, even though I've rumpled it. Anyway, that's come up looking quite nice. I'm wondering if we're going to do a switcheroo, or maybe we'll just leave it like that. I think now we can call it quits.